Greetings from South Korea. I am Arirang News AI anchor. Here is the news making headlines today. South Korea's benchmark KOSPI saw a drop of over 5% on Monday, amid heavy selling by foreign and institutional investors. As a result, the index fell below the 5,000 mark to close at 4,949, down 5.26% from Friday. This is because the nomination has injected fresh uncertainty into markets. While Warsh at the Fed was known as a policy hawk who prioritized controlling inflation over supporting economic growth, his recent support for lower interest rates has raised questions over whether he will maintain a tight policy stance or pivot toward monetary easing. While it may take time for the U.S. Congress to complete the next Fed chair's confirmation process, global investors are being warned to brace for short-term volatility. South Korea posted a record-high January export total, with shipments surpassing $60 billion for the first time, fueled by a surge in semiconductor exports. The Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy said Sunday that exports jumped 33.9% from a year earlier to $65.85 billion. Semiconductors drove the gains as chip exports surged to $20.54 billion, more than twice last year's level. Auto exports rose 21.7% to $6.07 billion, led by strong sales of eco-friendly vehicles. Petrochemical exports fell 1.5% to $3.52 billion on lower prices amid global oversupply. South Korea's Trade Minister Young-gu has held a series of meetings with U.S. officials and lawmakers in Washington since Friday, amid an intensified effort to avert a threatened tariff hike on automobiles and other key exports to the U.S. The talks are primarily centered on explaining South Korea's legislative process to dispel misunderstandings over delays in passing a special law tied to Seoul's large-scale investment commitments in key U.S. industries agreed last year, worth up to $350 billion over the long term. He emphasized that the delay should not be misconstrued as a lack of commitment by the Korean government, and added that the ruling Democratic Party has set a target to pass the bill on the implementation of investment commitments by late February or early March. Overseas demand for Korean products continues to rise, with the help of an expanding attraction to Korean culture. According to the Ministry of Data and Statistics on Monday, River's direct overseas sales to domestic companies selling directly to foreign consumers online reached 3.02 trillion won, or around $2.1 billion in 2025. This represents a 16.4% increase from the previous year, and marks 3 straight years of growth. By product, the demand for K-food has driven unprecedented growth. Online exports of food and beverages skyrocketed 49.2% year-on-year, reaching a record 112.9 billion won. To put this in perspective, sales stood at just 46.5 billion won in 2023. They jumped to 75.7 billion in 2024, and surged past the 100 billion mark in 2025. The hit song Golden from the animated film K-pop Demon Hunters has become the first ever K-pop Grammy winner. The chart-topping track won Best Song for Visual Media at the Grammy Awards on Sunday local time, securing one of its 4 nominations this year. Blackpink's Rosé received 3 nominations for Apate, her collaboration with Bruno Mars, including Song of the Year, Record of the Year, and Best Pop Duo or Group Performance. BTS, despite earning 5 Grammy nominations over their career, has yet to win the award. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.